Hey guys, Tripwire here with another episode of Tr1pTalks, and this one is going to be to do with E3 this year, so E3 2016. I don't normally do any reactions or videos about it, or even statuses or anything like that on Facebook about it. It's occasionally I'll tweet out about a couple of games and just leave it at that, and then just wait and see what the games are like. But there's been so many this year that have just been amazing. Like I need to talk about it. So I'm going to go through them in alphabetical order, just to keep it easier. So the first one I'll be talking about is Battlefield 1. Now, this game looks amazing. I've got a big history with the Battlefield games. Just adjusted my foot. I played Bad Company 2 and Bad Company 1. Those are the first ones I played. Bad Company 2, I think I played that one first. Then I went back and played Bad Company 1. I played them initially for the campaign, but Bad Company 2, I had a group of friends that were all local to me. We all jumped on the multiplayer, and my god, that was some of the best multiplayer experiences I've had, period. It's just, Bad Company 2, there was something about its multiplayer that was just perfect. The destruction of the buildings, the feel of the weapons, the sound of the weapons, the different modes available. It was just perfect, and I absolutely loved it to bits. It was an absolutely brilliant game, and even a lot of the fans think so, and they've been trying to request a Bad Company 3 ever since. Whether we'll get one or not still remains to be seen, but it'd be nice if we could get one. But this new game, it's gone back to the previous wars, so it's not going future or modern, it's gone back to World War One. Now, that alone was enough to make me think, ooh, I might want to get this. Because Battlefield 3 and 4, 3 was alright, campaign-wise. 4, I don't even think I managed to finish it. It's just, it wasn't great. And the multiplayer for Battlefield 3 and 4 wasn't great. But this game looks amazing. As you can see, it's just awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a great game. Next up, we have it's Days Gone. Now, this game was a bit of a surprise. I didn't know of this game before E3. So when they started playing the trailer, I thought, oh, it's The Last of Us 2. Then I saw the developers and I was like, oh, maybe not. It's got a very Last of Us feel, except without the monsters. Without the zombie things. It looks like it's just a straight up survival post-apocalyptic game. And it looks stunning. And the fact that it's a PS4 exclusive is a bit of a pain, because at the moment I do most of my gaming on my PC. But yeah, the graphics look amazing. It looks like it's going to be a very gripping game, and possibly quite brutal, in the same lines of Spec Ops and Last of Us both being quite brutal. But yeah, I don't know what to expect from this one, so it's on my list to sort of keep an eye on and check it out. I'm loving the setting and the detail they've gone into in it. It's absolutely brilliant. As you can see, it looks amazing. I think it could be the PS4's Last of Us. I know Last of Us was released on PS4, but it was originally a PS3 game. PS3 only, or should I say. So this looks like it could do possibly the same thing for the PS4 that Last of Us did for PS3. If they're going to make a Last of Us 2, I don't know. It's possible. But yeah, Days Gone, at the moment, it looks like it could be just a simple survive in a post-apocalyptic world. Not sure what's caused it. There's lots of dead bodies in the videos, so something has caused people to die. Now, it could be a contagion. There could be zombies. There's none shown, but it's a possibility there could be them. It could be something else completely different. Some other sort of creature or monster type thing. I don't think it will be, though. I think it's going to be just survive. And yeah, it looks brilliant. So that's one I'll be definitely keeping my eye on. So yeah, just wish it wasn't PS4 exclusive, because it means I've now got to go out and buy a PS4. I was going to anyway, but it means I'm going to have to get one sooner. Next up, we have Death Stranding. Now, this blew my mind. I did not expect this at all. I knew that Kojima was probably going to be at E3 unveiling his new video, but this is just... I didn't see it coming. It looks like they've taken what they were going to make for Konami, #fuck Konami, and they've taken the game and made it their own. It's still very Silent Hills-like. It's still got Norman Reedus in it and a disappearing baby. But yeah, it looks incredible. So no clue what type of game it's going to be. No clue what the graphics for gameplay will be. Whether it'll be first person, third person, something else completely different. It's just... I am very, very excited about this because I love Kojima. I mean, I've played Metal Gear 1, 2. I've played parts of Silent Hills. And while I've not played a lot of his games, what I have played has been amazing. Always made to the best possible, or best of his ability, including the team that he works with. They're always graphically stunning. Their storylines are always tense, detailed. Like, there's so much stuff in his storylines. It's just mind-blowing. I mean, some of the twists in the Metal Gear series I've heard about. I mean, I've got the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection to go through, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, this game looks like it could be the next big thing from Kojima, and I think it will be. And Norman Reedus on board, that alone is absolutely amazing. I mean, he is a great actor, and I've seen him in quite a few things now. Not just The Walking Dead, where most people know him from. But it's... I don't know. There's something about this trailer that it's harsh. Shit's happened, and we have no idea what's caused it. I mean, there's so much death in the video. But yeah, that's another one I'm looking forward to, majorly. Next up is Detroit Become Human. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a trailer for the new Blade Runner. So I'm pretty sure I heard there's going to be a Blade Runner game. Now, when I saw this, I thought, it's a Blade Runner game. But it's not. It's very similar. It has a very Blade Runner feel, although it doesn't seem as futuristic. There's not as much futuristic stuff in this particular game, or world, whatever it's set. There's androids, which is obviously very Blade Runner, but that's about it. There doesn't seem to be much other high-tech. Although we've seen yet, anyway. But yeah, this game looks absolutely amazing. If you're wondering what I'm looking to on the left, it's because I've got the trailer playing on the left of me, just so I can refresh my memory as I'm going through. Because my memories are terrible. My memory is terrible these days. But yeah, the game looks absolutely incredible, graphically, and it's made by Quantum Dream, the same people responsible for Heavy Rain, for Beyond Two Souls, I believe Fahrenheit as well beforehand, or I can't think what it was called, because I know it's called Fahrenheit in some countries, but it was something else in others. Indigo Prophecy, that's the one. But yeah, it's another game from them, and every game that I've played from them, admittedly, only one. Actually, no, 1.5, or one and a bit. I completed Heavy Rain. Beyond Two Souls I bought, and then ended up getting the game spoiled for me by accident by seeing a playthrough of it. I was at a friend's place and they were watching it on their second monitor. And because I wasn't doing anything, I was focusing on that. And I was like, oh, this game's quite cool. It ended up being the game that I'd bought, and I just ruined the whole thing. So, bravo me. But yeah, their games are always very interactive. A lot of choice, and you have to live with the choices afterwards. I mean, Heavy Rain was just absolutely brutal game. I use that word a lot to describe games. I mean, if you've played Spec Ops The Line, you see the stuff that you have to go through in that, or the Walking Dead games, that's what I mean by brutal. Harrowing, heart-wrenching, just some really nasty stuff. I mean, Heavy Rain is about a child being kidnapped, Christ's sake. And the stuff you go through to try and rescue the child, it was harsh as hell and really well made. I think you're playing the father, and you have to try and rescue the kid. And the stuff that the dad goes through to try and get his kid back is just... I don't know if I'd have been able to do it myself if I was in this position. I'm not going to spoil anything just in case there's people out there that haven't played it and want to still. But yeah, I'd highly recommend Heavy Rain. Beyond Two Souls wasn't as good, but it was still a very amazingly made game. It's about not telepathic... I can't think what the name is. They could use telekinetic energy and they could levitate stuff and control stuff and I think possess people? I'm not sure, I can't remember. But yeah, as you can see from the trailer, there's a lot of choice. A lot of choice, which is great. I love games that give you multiple choices because it makes it more personal to you. It sucks you into the game more. So yeah, this game, it looks amazing, it sounds amazing. I'm very, very excited for it. Another PS4 exclusive, same as the last two games I've mentioned. Also, there will be Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2, I am definitely going to buy. I wouldn't say I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to playing it, but I'm not excited. I loved the first one. Played it through start to finish. Took a while. I had about a year gap in between like the first 2-3 hours and then the rest of the game. But yeah, really loved it. But it's not a game that I'd get hyped up about. It's a game that I'd probably pick up once it's on sale and then play it then. But yeah, it's just something about Dishonored that I can never get hyped for. I don't know why. It's just, it always looks great, it plays great, really well made game, but it's just something about it that doesn't jump out at me. But yeah, it is what I'm looking forward to, which is why it's on the list. So I will be picking it up at some point. As you can see, it looks like more of the same. You play someone different now. By the looks of it, you play the young girl from the first game that you rescue. But some of the new abilities in the trailer look absolutely amazing. I mean, it looks like there's some sort of grappling hook where you can sort of fire it at the enemy and pull it towards you so that they fly at you and then you can kill them. How cool is that? It's a very Scorpion from Mortal Kombat type of thing to do. So yeah, it looks incredible. Some of the kills, the special abilities, powers, like perks you can get, I don't know. They've added a lot more, which is absolutely brilliant, because the first one, it did seem, I don't know, not shallow, because it had a lot of depth to it, but there wasn't a great deal of variation in the powers. I mean, there was a small selection of powers, and each one did something very specific. And there is probably ways of tying them together to do things, but I wasn't that inventive when I played through it. I just went through it. I tried at first to do a stealth run, but then I accidentally killed someone, and I was like, ooh, that was quite fun. So I ended up killing people anyway. But yeah, the game looks absolutely brilliant. It is out this year, and it isn't a PS4 exclusive. So yeah, that looks absolutely brilliant. There is, obviously, being a big Final Fantasy fan, is Final Fantasy 15. Now, this game has been a long time coming. It looks amazing. The graphics, they've done brilliantly. The storyline, I've got no idea what to expect. I've been avoiding all details about the storyline. And the gameplay, while not what I love from Final Fantasy, it does look very good. Now, a lot of people have kicked off saying they missed the turn-based system, and I'm one of them. I miss it. But I've not kicked off, because with the change of times and hardware and technologies and games, new games coming out, they've got to try and keep up with all the others. I don't think turn-based JRPGs would fare as well these days as some of the more action JRPGs, like Kingdom Hearts, for example. But I can see why they've gone with this particular game style. It does look awesome. It's very fast-paced. It's very real-time. I'll always love the turn-based ones. 7, 8, 9, and 10 specifically. Not in that order. But I am open to new styles of gameplay. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake is probably going to be something along the lines of 15. I reckon it's going to be open world. It's going to have gameplay like Final Fantasy 15. It's going to be very graphically similar. I just don't think it's going to be released the same. I think they said they're going to do it episodically, which also got kicked up about. Don't know why, because back in the day when Final Fantasy 7 came out, it was on multiple discs. This is multiple episodes. That's the only difference. One's digital, one's physical. You've still got to change over to the next part. But if there's a big enough delay between the episodes, that's where I can see the people kicking up. So yeah, Final Fantasy 15, that's going to be high up on my list. Whether it will come to PC or not, I don't know. I'm hoping it does, but I expect it will in time because the rest of the Final Fantasy games are slowly making all their way over, so fingers crossed. If not, I am going to be getting a PS4, probably the next model, not the PS4 Neo or whatever it's called, or 0.5. I'm going to be getting the next one up, the one with better hardware, so that way PlayStation VR will be perfect. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15, that's another one. One which was a surprise for me at E3 was this, which is Observer. Now, it was a very unexpected video. I didn't expect to see this game. I never heard of it before. But look, it looks awesome. I mean, it looks like a sort of a horror game in a cyber sort of environment. Whether it will be any good, we'll have to wait and see. But it does look like it has a lot of promise. So yeah, this is definitely on my most anticipated list. It's graphically impressive. The narrative seems pretty cool. I'm not sure when it's set. I've not looked into too much details about any of these games because, spoilers, I like being surprised. All I'll probably do is I'll wait for each of these games to release. Maybe wait a week or so, wait for some reviews from gamers as well as the critics. Critics I normally avoid because they're all biased and most of them get paid to say certain things. So I'll be waiting for the fan feedback or the gamer feedback. But yeah, this one in particular definitely piqued my interest because I've recently had a increase in interest in cyberpunk games. Probably because of the fact I went through Final Fantasy VII last year for the first time. That's quite funny actually. The day that I finished Final Fantasy VII game or playthrough, the later that evening, they announced the remake. So the day I finished it for the first time was the day they announced the remake, which I thought was perfectly timed because I just got my fill of it. It was amazing. I was like, yeah, that was awesome. And then they showed me that. I was like, wow, that's going to be amazingly epic. But yeah, this game, it looks very, very cyberpunk. I'm hoping they keep the theme. I'm wondering how much detail they'll have in it. And it looks like there's quite a big world. Well, it seems like it could be quite a big world which you're going to be going around in. So yeah, fingers crossed this one pulls it off, because if it does, it could be absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's another one, Observer. Next up we have, now this I did not expect, because recently for the last year and a half, I've been hunting for a PC game digitally so I can add it onto the Steam library, because it was on Steam. And that game is Prey. I was hunting for a legit code for that game because I absolutely loved it. I played it on Xbox 360 and did it start to finish. Absolutely amazing game. I sold my 360 not long after getting into YouTube. And because I hardly ever use my console because I'm always using the PC games to record because I didn't have a capture card at the time. But with obviously having my PC being my main focus now, at the time, I wanted to get Prey for Steam. And I found out that it had been taken off Steam, or taken off the store, because they ran out of legit codes. They literally sold every copy of Prey they had. Make new codes. There's got to be, how many different generations of keys can there be? Lots. But still, I wasn't going to let that stop me. There was the fact that Prey 2 was coming out, which I found out this E3, as you can see from the video. Now, Prey I managed to find on G2A a couple of weeks ago for £7. There were people that were aware how rare the Steam version of that was because it wasn't being sold on Steam anymore. It was only people that had bought the code game as a gift, or bought a CD key or CD from the actual retail copy and got the key from it and put it on G2A, things like that. They knew how rare the game was, so they were marking up the price to like £40. And I was like, the game's old. No way am I paying 40 quid for it. So I was lucky to find one for £7. Then I found out about this, Prey 2, and I didn't expect it. I'm a bit disappointed it's not still in the same idea that they had for the original Prey 2. I'm disappointed it doesn't continue from the previous one. It looks like it has nothing to do with the previous one. I mean, where's Tommy? Where's our little Indian friend? He's not there. It's just weird, futuristic alien stuff. I mean, yes, the first one was was to do with aliens, but it was more Cherokee, Indians, that side of it. This seems to be a completely different direction, which is fine with me if the game's as good as the first one. So yeah, I'm super, super excited about this one. It's a game that I've wanted them to make for a long time after playing the first one, and I just hope they can do it justice. So fingers crossed that they can, because Prey 2, it's just something I've wanted for a long time. Now, next up we have a very controversial one. This has produced a lot of mixed feelings, and that is Resident Evil 7. Now, when they released or showed the trailer at E3, the reaction was mixed. There are a lot of people that were like, yeah, it looks awesome. They've gone back to the roots. And then there are people that are saying, that's not Resident Evil, that's PT. People need to realise that a game franchise doesn't have to stick to one type of genre or one type of viewpoint. I mean, Final Fantasy's changed its gameplay system over the years. That's still going on strong. Admittedly, the 13 trilogy was badly received, but 12 was different. There's Final Fantasy 14 and 11, the MMOs. Resident Evil's changed. I mean, if you look at Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3, and then look at 4. I mean, that was a big change. From set camera angles to over the shoulder. That is a big change. So, the fact they've now gone from over the shoulder to first person doesn't bother me. I, in fact, think it makes it better, because it's more immersive and it makes you feel like you're actually part of the game because of that. I've always preferred first person view to third, even in racing games, because it's more immersive. It makes you feel like you're the character. I do love third person games, but I prefer first. So yeah, when I saw this and the fact that it was a first person game, I was so happy. I mean, at the time I didn't know what it was. I thought it was Konami changing their minds about Silent Hills or making a full game based on PT. And then at the end they did the trailer and it just said 7. And I did not expect it. But yeah, I think this game could be amazing. I mean, it's going to be survival horror. I'll be surprised if there isn't any zombies, being Resident Evil. I mean, I've heard people saying there's going to be ghosts in it, which I'm not sure I like. But from the trailer alone, it looks amazing. It looks like it could bring Resident Evil, the franchise, back to glory days. I mean, the last decent Resident Evil game was 4. 1 to 4 are the best in the franchise for me. I've completed 2, 3, and 4. Never managed the first one because it was so flipping hard. 5 and 6 never interested me because of the fact they made it too easy. They added co-op. To Resident Evil, you're an idiot. If they want Resident Evil multiplayer, they should have made it a separate game. But yeah, this game itself, it looks awesome, so I can't wait for it. The first person gets a thumbs up from me. So, and also there's the fact that it will support VR as well, so that's going to be even more amazing. And next up is SpiderMan. Now this one I was very excited about, because I heard there's going to be a new Spider-Man game. Bit annoyed it's going to be a PS4 exclusive, but it does mean there's going to be another game for me to buy on the console. So at the moment I'm struggling to find games on PS4 that I want to buy. I'm only buying exclusives, and there's now actually a decent number warranting me the purchase of the console. But this looks absolutely unbelievable. Spider-Man is my favourite superhero. I think it's the comedy, his abilities, the suit, all that combined, and the fact that he's just a kid. He's able to do all this stuff, and he's just a kid. That's amazing. At that age, I would never have even been able to swing, let alone fight crime. I mean, some of the stuff he does with this web, like swinging through little gaps and stuff, I could never have done that. I would have misjudged every single thing and hit face on. But yeah, this game looks awesome. Graphically amazing. The gameplay looks like it could be great fun. So yeah, this game, another one for me to buy on the PS4. So yeah, awesome. There's only 4 more games left. I have 15, which I'm looking forward to. The next one I didn't even know I wanted until I saw it, and that is Steep. Now, I'm a big skateboarding game fan. I loved the Eternal Hawks up to Underground 2. Skate 1, 2 and 3 were awesome. I liked Cool Borders back in the day on PlayStation 1. When I saw this, I at first thought, it's just a snowboarding game. It's not. It's actually a kind of open world mountain experience. You can skydive, you can paraglide, you can ski, you can snowboard, and you can do it from anywhere within the map that they've given you. You can climb to the top of a mountain, you can spawn anywhere, and it's the fact that you've got other players on the mountain as well. I mean, the idea behind it's brilliant. If it plays as well as it looks, this is going to be a game I'll be playing for a long time. And that's not something I'd normally say about a game based around snow sports. But because of how awesome it looks, and the fact that you can join in with friends, with other players, set new sort of lines of awesomeness, and just the fact that you can also go from paragliding into skiing or paragliding into snowboarding by just landing on a particular part of the mountain and then carrying on down with your other method. That as well is just awesome. I cannot wait to try that. So yeah, this is definitely high up on my list. Higher than a few of the ones I've already mentioned, because it does look that good. So we just have to wait and see whether it will actually play that good. So that's Steep, coming out December this year. Next up is a game I didn't expect to come to PC, but actually is, and that is Tekken 7. Now, this game, it looks as good as it always does. It's Tekken. I've always been a big fan of Tekken. I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Dark Resurrection. I've not really played much of Tag Tournament. I've played on a friend's copy before, but that's it. I've not owned those because I've never been a big fan of the team-ups, the tag teams. I've always preferred the one-on-one fight. It's probably why Dead or Alive never really gripped me, because that had a lot of tag team in it as well. But this looks brilliant, and it's actually coming to all formats, including PC this time, which I did not expect. Tekken has always been... Well, first of all, Tekken was just a PlayStation game. No other formats. Then they went and made it for Xbox 360 as well, so they're going multi-format. And now they're bringing it to PC. So yeah, I'm very happy about that, because it's been a long time since I've played Tekken. This game has been out in Japan arcades for a long time, so it's about time we get it on to play at home. And it looks amazing. It looks absolutely brilliant. And if I remember correctly, the guy in the trailer fighting Heihachi, it's Akuma from the Street Fighter games. If it isn't, I'll be very surprised, because he looks exactly the same. Same hair, same beads around his neck, same outfit. It's Akuma. It says it in the trailer. But yeah, so I'm wondering if there might be any more Capcom characters coming across. It's a possibility, but I expect they'll just keep it with the one. I'm expecting he's the big bad guy of the game. But yeah, I've always loved Tekken. I've always liked Liu Long, because of the fact that he was based off Jackie Chan. Yoshimitsu I liked up to and including Tekken 3. They added a move to Tekken 3, which is amazing, and then removed it again from every game since, which is the one where he splits into two. Not very many people knew how to do it, but I did. I've forgotten now, but it's the fact that they removed it, and it is one of his most awesome moves. Who else was there? Hwoarang, Brian Fury. I think that was most of the ones I liked playing as. Oh, Law. Father or the son, whichever one. So yeah, Tekken 7 coming to PS4, Xbox One and Steam. So that is great news. Two more left. We have, next one up is Titanfall. Now, Titanfall, I am a bit reluctant to get hyped about. It does look awesome, but I'm reserving judgment until post-release. So Titanfall 2, it's definitely one of my most anticipated, but it's a maybe as to whether I'll actually buy it. After what happened with the first one, I'm very, very reluctant to throw out that sort of money on a game that might not last. I mean, I pop on Titanfall 1 every now and then, and it's not that populated. There's maybe 500 people playing each game mode or less. This game, looks like they've taken on They've taken on fan feedback. They've added a proper campaign. They've made multiplayer more in depth. It looks freaking badass. If it plays as well as it looks, again, as I've said about other games, this game will be a knockout of the park. It will just home run. I honestly can't wait. I don't know, I loved the first one, but it was lacking. And I can understand why a lot of people stopped playing after a while. Even if they did make all the DLC free, which they'll be doing with this one as well. But because of how quickly the game died and how few people played it after such a short period of time, I will be waiting maybe a month or two just to see the general feedback of it and whether it's worth getting and how many people were still playing it. Because Titanfall 1 had potential to become a new esport. It was that good. But it lacked the depth for people to come back. Fingers crossed Titanfall 2 makes it so much better. Because it deserves it. It's a brilliant idea. And then finally, we have Vampyr. Now, this one is probably near the top of my list, because not only is it a game about vampires instead of zombies for once, so vampires, but it's an RPG and you control I suppose you choose who to kill. They've said that in this game you don't have a choice about killing, you have to kill to survive. But you do have a choice who you kill, and whoever you kill will have an impact on the world around you. So, for example, if you kill a doctor, the health of the general area will decline because there's one less doctor to help them. How awesome is that? A world that does genuinely get affected by your choices. Now, I've wanted a decent vampire game for a long time. Modern vampire game. I mean, people say Blood Rain, and it's just so dated now. I don't think I could actually play it, or if it even works on Windows 10. But this game, it looks like it could be what I've been looking for, what I've been waiting for. So I'm hoping that they manage to pull it off, because I really want a vampire game. I was hoping that the game might be a bit more modern, or sort of more of a modern setting, but I can live with this particular setting. It looks like it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So fingers crossed they pull it off as well. But yeah, that's my roundup of my most anticipated games of E3 2016. I'm probably going to be getting most of them. Quite a few of them I'll probably be getting within a week of release. The rest I'll probably wait for either a price drop or feedback on the games if that's what I'm waiting on. But yeah, so we've had Battlefield 1, which I'll be getting mainly for the campaign, because I'm not so much into the multiplayer side of those anymore. Days Gone, PS4 exclusive, the survival post-apocalyptic open world looking thing. Death Stranding, the new game from Kojima, also PS4 exclusive. We've had Detroit Become Human, PS4 exclusive from Quantic Dreams, developers of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. We've got Dishonored 2, Final Fantasy 15, Observer, the cyberpunk horror-typey game. Prey 2, no idea what to expect from that. It looks like a more modern setting for Prey. We've got Resident Evil 7, first-person view, sign me up. We've got SpiderMan, also PS4 exclusive, which looks awesome. We've got Steep, we've got Tekken 7, Titanfall 2, and Vampyr. So those are my 15 most anticipated games. I can't wait to get my hands on some of those. They look absolutely brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what games you're looking forward to. There's a lot coming out across lots of different formats. So yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.